What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a 2003 Dodge Ram 2500 and we're going to be doing upper control arms on this because ball joints, as you can see, are in horrible shape. And I already did the passenger side. Here it is on the ground, and I mean, oh, look at that thing. They were making some terrible noises, and boots are gone. Here's the new ones. We even put new sway bar end links in it as well. And after you do this, you will have to have it aligned. We do not have an alignment machine here at this shop, but we hope to have one sooner or later. But this is what we're going to be doing. So first thing we need to do, because this does have the coil springs inside of here, you're going to need to put something. I got a screw jack. And put that underneath the lower control arm so the arm doesn't swing down and spring flies out or tries to fly out and unseats and all that stuff. It can't really fly out because it's got shock in the middle, but we want to keep it seated where it's supposed to be. And this is just for safety for me, and it'll help aid us in putting the arm back on, because before you torque them down, you need to have the weight of the vehicle on these bushings just so they don't rotate in the arm. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put this underneath here, and we're going to put it right there where those rivets are. So let me get this set up. Once I get it set up, we'll come back and we'll start taking everything apart. Alright, so got the screw jack underneath there, and it compressed the spring in a little bit. Whenever we get ready to torque everything down, we'll put a little bit more pressure on it, and we want the weight of the vehicle on this arm, and so we can torque this down. But first thing I'm going to do is take off this nut right here. I don't know if y'all can see my hand, but this nut right here for the ball joint. On mine, it is a 21 millimeter. Oh, I turn it the right way. Yeah. Yeah. Believe it or not, these only torque to 40 foot-pounds, but it's going to be hard to get a torque wrench in here. So y'all just kind of go off your judgment. That's what I did on the opposite side. But we'll have to do this all the way with a wrench. And it's not really most ideal situation, but that's what we gotta deal with. Ugh. Yes, I know the arms get tired. Alright, we got it about completely off. I probably have 3 threads left on it. And now what I'm gonna do is get a hammer and hit on this little little notch area right here, and it should break the ball joint free and get a good swing on it. Okay, we got it that time. And now my ball joint's going to spin. I'll have to hold it. I think I can get it now. There we go. Get the nut off of there. Pop my vice grips off. Alright. Got those off. Before you touch anything up here on the arms, make sure you put some alignment marks on there. I use yellow paint pen on here and there, and we can get it back to as close to the original alignment as it was before you start all this. But these are 24s on the nuts, 21s on the heads. Now these are a shallow headed bolt just because it does have all the adjustment stuff on there, so be careful, you can slip real easy. So I'm just going to take these off real quick, and then whenever I get ready to pull the arm out, I'll bring y'all back and show you. After about 20 minutes of taking these things out because they were super rusty, finally got it. It should just slide right out. There we go. And I mean, see how wore out them ball joints were? I mean, it was starting to eat into the metal. Now, when you do this, you'll have this little boot protector. Just take that off. They do that for shipping purposes, so it doesn't tear the boot up. Now, you might have to hit this in here a little bit, or not. That's your, make sure I'm showing you all right. That's your ball joint nut. Here's your alignment pin. So kind of get it up. Let me hit the pride up a little bit. And they do go in where the nuts are facing the front of the vehicle on the driver's side, the passenger side is the same way. So the nuts should face the front of the vehicle. No, I'm not trying to film a video here. Get in there. It's your home. I just put them on as far as I can with my hands, and now that I got some movement with this, lets you put the ball joint in a lot easier, so don't tighten that down first. I have to move the ball joint out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is just start tightening these in first, and once I get them kind of snug, not like real tight at all, but just enough to where I can barely move this in, you know, you can see how it moves, but where I can move it, I'll line it up with the marks that I made previously, and then I'll tighten down the ball joint. But before I tighten down the ball joint, I'll bring y'all back, but it's gonna be a while before I can get these all the way in. I don't want to bore y'all with that. Got these pretty snug, not like tight, but they're not torqued down. But now I'm going to just tighten this the rest of the way down. And like I said, there's really no good way to get a torque wrench in here. So I'm just going to tighten it down. And it does say 40 foot-pounds, but if you're working on a 1500, it says to do it to the 40 and then an additional 90. I don't know why it's different on a 1500 than it was 2500. Like I said, I just tightened it down by hand because you ain't really gonna be able to get a torque wrench in here unless you jack it up and get it over this. It's just that's not a lot of room, and it's gonna take a good bit to jack this control arm up, especially with the spring. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise it up. So just raise it up to where there's some daylight in between the arm lift and the frame, and it's got enough tension on there. And now I'm going to torque these nuts right there. They torque to 97 foot-pounds. Now if you do have the HD, they do torque to a different one, but this does have the 5.7. It's just a regular 2500, not the HD version. If you do have the HD, it does torque to 127 foot-pounds. Now you may have to hold it still just to be safe. Like this one did turn just a hair. Yeah, that one's gonna turn too. There we go. I knew I was pretty close on that one. I just had to turn it just a little bit more to get it. Alright, now we can lower this back down. Come on. So if y'all have a lift and you don't have any of these screw jacks, I highly recommend them. One, it's good to put them underneath the front rear bumper whenever you're doing something that can offset the balance. And two, for stuff like this, it does help out a lot. I'll put a link to some on Amazon if I find any that y'all can get. But sorry about that. I had somebody come up on me. But let me get y'all the part number for this. So part number should be 4CB25007, and it's the same control arm on both sides, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. But this is pretty much putting a control arm, upper control arm I should say, on one of these. To do both of them, it does call for almost 3 hours of labor to do both of them. But if y'all do this, just be careful with everything. Make sure you don't hurt yourselves with the springs and all that stuff. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as possible. And if y'all enjoyed the video, please hit the like, subscribe, notification bell if you haven't done so already. If you didn't like it, let me know why. I mean, it might be something else on my channel you do like. I do have over 300 videos, but do let me know, because it does help my channel. But thank y'all for all your members, subscribers, all that good stuff. And y'all remember, torque this tight. Y'all have a great day.